Your 10-year warranty does not cover labor. That's number 1 on this list, and it isn't a rumor or a technicality some bad contractor invented. It's Clause 1, printed under the heading "This warranty does not cover." On Carrier's own limited warranty certificate for air conditioners and heat pumps, catalog number CHPC 454, edition dated November 2023, and every major manufacturer writes it the same way. The certificate on your Trane says it. The one on your Goodman says it. 3 companies with no shared parent, no shared plant, no shared anything, carving out the identical thing. 8 separate bills come out of that one sentence, and not one arrives with the manufacturer's name on it. By the end, you'll know the 8 costs that single clause hands you, the 3 moves that actually buy you labor coverage, and the 1 date on your install paperwork that quietly cuts your coverage in half. So, number 1, the sentence itself. Word for word, the Carrier certificate excludes labor or other costs incurred for diagnosing, repairing, removing, installing, shipping, servicing or handling of either defective parts or replacement parts or new units. Read that list of verbs again. Diagnosing, that's the service call, the $75 to $250 fee you pay before anyone touches a screwdriver, excluded by name in the first line. Removing, installing, servicing, handling, by the time that sentence ends. The only thing Carrier has agreed to pay for is the physical object in the box. Everything a human being does to it is yours, and that exact language, verb for verb, sits on Carrier's certificate from 2015 too. This hasn't drifted. It's been the deal for more than a decade, and nobody selling you a system reads it out loud. That's number 1. We haven't started yet. Number 2. The part is the cheap half of the bill. Contractor pricing guides put labor at 40 to 60% of a compressor job, billed between $75 and $150 an hour. That repair runs $1,800 to $2,800 out of warranty. Under warranty, with the part free, homeowners are still quoted $650 to $1,100. Sit with that for a second. The warranty on the most expensive component in your house covers the cheaper half of the repair. I get why that feels like a bait and switch, but nobody technically lied. They let you assume 10-year warranty meant 10 years of not paying. Tell me in the comments what your last covered repair cost you. Number 3. Your second opinion says the same thing. People call 3 contractors, hear 3 brand names, and assume one has to be different. The Trane certificate, Form GW658-2032, promises coverage for parts, but not labor, then excludes labor costs, including, but not limited to, costs for diagnostic calls or the removal and reinstallation of products. The Goodman furnace certificate, dated August 2022, says the manufacturer will not pay for labor, freight, or any other cost associated with the service, repair, or operation of the unit. Now connect those 3. One is Carrier, another is Trane. The third is Goodman, owned by Daikin, in Japan. No shared ownership, no shared factory, no shared legal department. But 3 independent companies drafted the same carve-out anyway. That isn't collusion. It's worse, because it means nobody here has ever had to compete on it. If you've made it this far, you already know this channel isn't here to tell you which badge to buy. Subscribe, because the fine print doesn't get shorter. Number 4. The refrigerant isn't covered either. Clause 11 of that same certificate excludes any cost to replace, refill, or dispose of refrigerant, including the cost of refrigerant. So when a covered coil gets swapped, the refrigerant that walked out is on you. One owner posted his invoice after a claim, $1,224 for 12 pounds of R410A, and Trade Press reported Honeywell adding a 42% surcharge to R454B in February of 2025. Covered part. Uncovered chemistry. Number 5. They don't even ship it. The Trane exclusions list shipping and freight expenses required to ship product replacement parts, and the Goodman certificate names freight in the same breath as labor. So your free part is free at a loading dock in Texas, not in your driveway. Small number, but it tells you how the sentence was written. They hand you the object, nothing attached to it. Number 6. The date on your install paperwork. This decides how long the parts-only coverage even lasts. Registration with Carrier has to happen within 90 days or the term drops from 10 years to 5. The Trane window is 60 days. With Goodman, it's also 60. So coverage that already excludes the expensive half of the repair quietly becomes half as long, over a form nobody handed you. If you're in California, Florida, Georgia, or Quebec, state rules block that requirement. Everywhere else, check tonight and drop your install year in the comments if you don't know whether anyone filed it. Number 7. The conditions nobody told you to meet. The Trane certificate requires your equipment be part of an air conditioning, heating, and refrigeration institute rated and matched system, repaired with authorized service parts and by a licensed service provider, and says it may request written documentation showing the proper preventative maintenance. So when a contractor saves you money by bolting a new outdoor unit onto your old indoor coil, that isn't a clever workaround. That's a denial letter with a delay on it. Number 8, and this is the one that should make you angry. The heat exchanger in your furnace carries the longest coverage in the industry. 20 years on most certificates. Lifetime on a registered Goodman or Amana. It's the number the salesman taps on the brochure. Now price the job. Reaching 1 means taking the furnace apart, 5 to 8 hours of labor, and contractor estimates put the full replacement near $1,750, with labor alone between $600 and $2,000. A new furnace, installed, runs roughly $2,000 to $5,400, so the lifetime part is real. But the labor to install it costs nearly what a whole new furnace costs, so the contractor tells you to just replace the unit. And he's usually right. That's why almost nobody in this country has ever collected on a lifetime heat exchanger warranty. Homeowners have tried to fight this. In 2014, a wave of class actions hit Goodman over failing evaporator coils. Arguing a parts-only warranty gave owners what their lawyers called insignificant protection. In August of 2016, a federal judge in Pennsylvania denied class certification. And the Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act, the law everyone points to, stops a manufacturer forcing you to use its branded parts. It does not require anyone to pay for labor. Parts only is legal. It's been tested. It held. The point was never to scare you out of buying a system. You're going to buy one, probably under pressure. And yes, I know I just spent 10 minutes on a single sentence. But it's the only part of this deal you can still move, and you can only move it before you sign. 3 ways to do it. Cheapest first. First, ask for the labor warranty price in writing, on the quote, before you pick a brand. Dealer labor coverage typically runs $500 to $1,200 for 5 years, or $1,500 to $3,500 for 10. Honest caveat. On a cheap system, it can approach the cost of the repair it covers. But you can't judge that if the number never appears. Second, register the equipment yourself, from your own email, inside 60 days. The caveat is that registration only extends parts coverage, so it fixes nothing above, but it stops you losing the half you do have, and it's the highest return 10 minutes in this video. Third, and this is the one I'd spend my own money on, ask whether your dealer offers a labor-inclusive registration option. The Consumer Choice Program at Carrier lets a registering owner pick 10 years of parts, or 5 years of parts, plus 3 years of labor. Real caveat, the dealer has to participate, and you choose inside the registration window. But it exists, on paper, and almost no homeowner is offered it. The gap between what a warranty covers and what a repair costs is the whole HVAC industry in one sentence. You now know what the person handing you that quote counts on you not knowing, which is that a 10-year warranty describes a box on a pallet, not a repair in your house. So read Clause 1 before you sign, not in July when the compressor dies. Ask what labor costs. Get the number on the page. That sentence won't change. But the homeowner who reads it before the sale pays a very different price than the one who reads it after. Next up, we're going through the model numbers that fail first, and what the complaint data shows about which units survive past year 7. YouTube thinks you'll like this video, so click it. And if you made it to the end, subscribe. And the next time a salesman taps that 10-year warranty on the brochure, you'll know exactly what he's promising you. a part, in a box, in Texas.